pull up the teams. All right. Live help session. Perfect. But yeah, and I'll have a Spark video out later. I'm honestly curious to see, like, will we get our projection above 5 for him tonight?
Yeah. That would be super nice. Yeah, and then Grant and I are going to convert all those NFL vids we do to like actually make it like my Spark edition is this player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna do an overall. I have kind of a mental idea about how I'm gonna build it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I really I'm very tempted to ladder rush yards for Estime because that does also look really good. Because
That
it's
sounds
like
pretty fun.
if you go up to 50 right now, it's 15-1.
Damn.
Like, I don't know. I'm not really in a financial position to be putting more equity on him as it is, but I was looking at that. I'm like, damn, that could be worth it.
I kind of like that. You did me right with the ladder last weekend.
DK or Terry, gonna lean you towards the DK side. Trade Chuba for Tyreek. I'd prefer the Tyreek side. Bowers or Kraft? Bowers. Very, very big Bowers week. But with that said, we'll go ahead and get started here. Jaden Daniels, Jaden Reed, Deontay Johnson, Brees Hall, Brockathan. Yeah, Krispy Kreme, man. Nice team. Don't have anything to say here. Like, really, really sick team. Yeah. I would be starting this as so. Really like Achane as long as he's healthy. Like, that's really the only question mark, and I'm confident he's coming in this week healthy. Let's see here. Javonte under 13.5 carries, luck with us. That sounds like a wild one. We'll see how it goes. I don't know what those odds are, but hopefully it pays out well. I mean, that's also another way you could technically play getting back up to those odds, is you just need to find something that's 50-50, essentially. So it's like, I guess that would probably be too correlated, but it's an idea at least. Let's see here. Wade, 12-man full PPR. Someone offered you Saquon and DK for Garrett and Brees. I think I want the Saquon and DK side. I do like Garrett's usage. I think Brees's usage is definitely going to go up. But like Saquon is basically Christian McCaffrey right now. Hard to fade him. Love his spot for this particular week. Trying to trade Puka because you like your wide receiver, but nobody's biting. Is Darnold the playable QB1 now that Fields is benched? Yes. Really like Darnold specifically for this week. Juju's not ideal, in my opinion, but is what it is. Yeah, I mean, the squad's okay. It's just Madison and Juju are far from ideal here. And I can understand you having pain not moving Puka, but I think you just got to ride with what this is. And as I've been preaching since March there. Saw a reverse correlation of Rattler and Knicks over 200 pass yards on under half passing TDs. See, the thing is, like, I actually think this could be a very high-scoring game tonight, surprisingly. Like, I know that is anything but what is expected. But when you look at, like, the top touchdowns, like, I always find it funny when people put in, like, an anytime touchdown for a defense. Because to me, it's just like, wow, everybody's really confident in the defense now. Like, the Broncos' defense is also in shambles. Like, they're without their two leaders. Spencer Rattler, prior to, like, just falling apart, he was good in college. Like, he was projected to be the number one pick. And then Caleb went in and became that dude. So, I don't know. I think when you get to go against, like, an easy secondary, I don't really want to be fading him drastically. But the offensive line concerns are definitely there. Onyx could be interesting. I don't know. I was trying to say in the media, I was surprised you weren't a bigger Broncos fan, Jackson, because of the U of O guys over there.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a fan of the U of O guys for sure. I like Bo Nix. Like I do like to see the ponies like kind of impressing this season so far. It's fun.
Yeah. But overall, this squad, yeah, I wouldn't be playing the Broncos defense tonight. That's one thing I would not be doing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to get like a view of this slate today, and I'm like, this doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Like, I don't agree with how things are being projected. But I've been wrong before. I'm sure I'll be wrong again. But fun squad, but definitely need some changes. All right. Team Mets full PPR Superflex League. Josh Allen, Lamar. That sounds like a league winning. Aaron Jones won't play this week, so he's your flex. I'd flip with Xavier Worthy. Honestly, Jacoby Myers might be a better start. He definitely is over Josh Downs. Yeah, really strong team here. Big fan of it overall. It's just your running backs are really weak. But you'll get McCaffrey back. You have Kupp coming back as well. maybe you tier down like a quarterback and like build up your running backs, but like that's the only thing you could potentially do here. I'd say that like it's a really strong squad. Just like your running backs are very questionable, and Aaron Jones when he's healthy has some of the best usage. Trade for Brees, Taylor, Achane if you can get one. Yeah, I would try to go get Achane. Brees is probably going to be coming at a much higher cost these days. At least that's what I'm expecting. All right. We got Jalen, Saquon, J.K. Dobbins, Devonta Smith, Drake London, Dallas Goedert, Jonathan Taylor. I don't think we'll play this week, but we'll see. I don't think Amari Cooper's worth it. I think he's a sell high. Yeah, I mean, it's a really strong team. I'm curious to see how long Shaheed's out. Jaden Reed's a lot of fun. Receivers are ridiculous. Running backs are realistically really strong. Yeah, great team overall. Not much to be said here. Not a big Dobbins guy, but I think he's fine when you're really talking about rotating guys in and out of the flex. All right, on to the next squadron. Javonte Sermon, probably going to lean towards Javonte, I guess, and I don't really like that play. Maddie got a fatty. Love the name. Josh Allen, Tyler Goodson, Pollard, Reed, Monter St. Brown, Evan Ingram, Devonta Smith. Yeah, solid squad. QJ is interesting this week. Ladd McConkey is very interesting just because of the potential for higher passing volume from Herbert. Bub Means, definitely interesting. Yeah, your receivers are really strong. Your running backs could need help, but I think you're playing it right. Jonathan Brooks will help this squad out a lot once he's healthy, and then Zach Moss and Javonte Williams seem to be falling off a cliff. So I like that you're at least hunting for upside. Would you say Zach Moss is droppable or getting to that point?
I mean, not with that roster. Like I would like he's better than Garendo and yeah. I mean, I would hold on to him for now, but potentially soon, yeah.
He's getting there.
On the Bub Means situation, I'm in a situation where I have Marvin Harrison. Do you think I should start Bub Means?
There's just no way
like
Marv
there's like a 65% chance Marv plays, and I do have Greg Dortch as well.
I just don't think Marv plays. That's kind of my 2 cents.
He practiced today.
That's
and
interesting.
It seems like they're putting him at like a 70-ish% chance to play.
I just like everything I remember about current NFL is like they don't let you play typically with a concussion. The following.
Yeah, but I mean
but if he's practicing
stuff, so
that's bullish. Yeah, I don't know. That's a weirder one. I just got to look through it more. Do you think you should start Javonte? I don't think you should be starting Javonte today. I think this is one of the riskiest picks, which could ultimately mean he's one of the biggest smashes. But I think there's good reason to be cautious with him. Nervous about the Goodson Sermon hole. Yeah, I mean, Goodson's fine because I'm not confident Jonathan Taylor or Sermon's going to practice this week. Pollard's fun, but he's kind of running well on injuries. But yeah, your focus should be trying to improve this running back core if you can. So you have Brooks soon, which will be fun. Then you just need one more consistent solid. So I'd be trying to sell high on Pollard. Yeah. All right, on to the next squadron here. Anthony Richardson, Chase Brown, Brian Robinson, Amari Cooper, Drake London, Schultz, Juju, Tyler, Najee, Bucky, Sedarian, Xavier, Latithan on the bench. Fun squad. I personally like Lad more than Juju this week, but that's just me. I don't think I'd want to start Amari in his first week in Buffalo. Not a fun matchup for him either, but for all I know, he's going to catch like a 70-yard touchdown. And you don't really have that many pivots otherwise. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'd probably do Lad over Juju, though. But we will see. Trying to see if there's anything else I would else switch here, because Bucky is in kind of best case scenario, like a 2-man committee. Yeah, fun squad. I like it. Not too much unchanged. Chase Brown's coming into his own. Brian Robinson's in a really, really good matchup this week. But yeah, moving forward. Review the deal you made recently to get Brees and Rodgers. Just need some feedback. So you got Brees and Rodgers, and you give up DJ Moore and Achane and Jalen Wright. Yeah, whatever side is getting the 5 players is definitely in the better side of this deal. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would have necessarily made that deal if I had Devon Achane, especially as well. Well, when you have like Kamara and Robinson, like how many touchdowns a game, I guess, are you expecting Aaron Rodgers to throw for in this type of league? Like, is this 6 passing touchdown? I don't know if this was the wisest deal in the world. But that's just me.
I mean, like, you didn't really give up. Wait, is he the side that got Brees?
He's the side that got Brees.
I mean, you're not giving up, like, it's basically DJ Moore and Achane. The rest is just kind of random. Like, you're never going to start any of those guys anyway. So, I mean, I don't necessarily think it's the worst trade. You're losing a lot of depth, obviously, and your bench now is kind of in a tough spot. But
I just wouldn't be giving up DJ Moore and Achane for Brees, realistically. That's where the trade's wrong, in my opinion. I'd want the other side of that. Like, those guys are going to get better. Brees, it's great, but, like, now you have to start in Wan'Dale Robinson or somebody random. Like, you just lost that extra ability.
Yeah, but you have Pittman there, too, and you could probably piece together some random weeks, like if Ray Davis starts this week, and there are ways to navigate it, I think, but, yeah, it's definitely a weird one. There was just a trade in my main like home league that everyone's all up in arms about. Somebody got Saquon and Juju for Terry and James Conner.
Damn.
I just don't think that it's just Saquon for Terry and James Conner, realistically.
Yeah, but Juju could give you some upside, and the dude just spent 50 fab on him.
Yeah, I just think that Juju is one of the more overhyped ones.
Yeah, I mean, if they make a trade, his value's cooked. But if they don't, he's going to get targets probably. It's just a weird situation.
I mean, all we have is 1 week to go off of, so we'll see this one. But I don't know. I can easily see why you'd be up in arms about it. It's just more about, like, what is James Conner's role? Like, the side that got Saquon, I feel like wins regardless here. Like, I just don't see a world where James Conner value and Terry is going to overwhelm that. Like, Terry's doing well, but we will see. All right. That is probably one of the most interesting usernames I've ever seen on TikTok. Clash Royale, which is mommy? All right. Rocky 12-man PPR traded Dobbins for Brooks straight up. Maybe a mistake. Yeah, I think it's a good take. You're getting Brooks. You don't have to worry about a young guy behind Brooks, but it'll take time for him. Dobbins is good with the positive game scripts.
I mean, I would rather have Dobbins for sure.
Dobbins
is guaranteed 20 carries a game pretty much, and Brooks, who knows? Like, Chuba's been arguably a top 5 running back in terms of just effectiveness, gaining yards on the ground. Like, it's going to be tough to take that role. I mean, he's been as successful as anyone with the carries he's gotten.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're going to be seeing more Kamani. We're getting to the middle part of the season, and with his history, I imagine he's going to start slowing down.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's possible. Just Jim Harbaugh in the past is a dude that will just run the tread off a guy's tires, and that feels like he found his guy in Dobbins for now. But Dobbins is also super injury prone. Like, we could see a situation in 2 weeks where he's out for the year or something, and you'd be glad to have Brooks, obviously. But
I don't know. I'm going to bet on the analytical guy that's going into this spot here. That also bell cow like usage for the future, but that's just me. Madison's a fine replacement for right now. Diggs, Reed, Waddle, solid receiver core. Obviously, this has sucked. Jalen Wright's fine. Fill in. Pacheco, that sucks. Warren has not been the fantasy darling that people wanted him to be. Braylon Allen is now reserved to the bench. Brees has got the good usage. Yeah, I think this is fine. Overall, like, you really need a better consistent flex. Madison's not ideal. Dobbins at this time could have, depended upon your record, could honestly also suck for what it's worth, because it's like probably won't have Brooks for at least another week. And
yeah, but I'd be much more confident throwing Dobbins in my lineup than QJ for the foreseeable future.
Well, I'm saying over Madison specifically.
Yeah, but I'm saying instead of QJ as well. Like,
I don't know. I'm just expecting that pass rate to go up, and we'll see what happens there. All right. 10-man PPR, you have no defensive players right now. You're stashing Estime for tonight. That's fun. Defensive player, though. I'm confused.
Do you have to play one, I assume?
That's what I'm trying to figure out because I don't see how it works here. Don't understand the question, but in reference to the team here, it's a nice team. I like it. This is your team. It's a 12-man WAG. Okay. What do you mean by defensive player?
Does he have to start one normally? It's just not shown in the screenshot?
That's
Maybe
what
his
I'm
name's
trying to
a
figure out.
defense? I don't know.
Or defensive team or something?
Yeah, if it's defense.
There's no kicker or defense or there's a lot going on here, but I left out kicker, defense, and defensive player. Oh, do you want advice on a defensive player? Let's look at the slate and see what's up.
I'll let Grant cook up the defensive player because I do not know anything about IDP leagues.
Max Crosby.
So,
He's got to be on a roster, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm playing.
You don't need advice on any of those positions?
Oh, okay.
So you're saying? Okay.
Guess you're just the GOAT.
So you need this then? I mean, yeah, it's a really strong team, man. You have like the upside swings for the later part of it. It's like well built. There's nothing to really be said about it, honestly. Strong team. Hopefully Richardson, well, if there's no Jonathan Taylor, then I think Richardson could be one of the best starts on the weekend, but we'll see. Just for tonight, if you're wondering why you have so many bench dudes. Oh, that's fair. I mean, it's a strong team, man. Like, I'd be happy with this squad, but that's just me.
I'm really low on Jordan Mason this week, but I mean he still probably has to start given that DJ Moore's on bye or something. But if Tyrone Tracy is playing and Devin Singletary is out, I would be starting him over Jordan Mason, in my opinion, at least. Chiefs #1 run D in the league, and Mason just has zero work in the pass game. He's completely reliant on like a 100-yard game with a touchdown in order to get into that like 16-point realm. I think Tyrone Tracy is a much cleaner path to get there. And the injury questions as well. Like he went back into that game, took one carry and left because his shoulder was still hurting. Like it's just not a situation I want to be involved in right now. So keep an eye on that. But
what happens essentially if like he triggers that injury just in any slight fashion? He's just got to go.
Yeah, and then he's the game.
Again.
Yeah,
like,
I think he's left the door open for Garendo to start getting some more touches as well. And he's obviously going to get every bit of passing down work. I mean, I think Mason has like 3 catches on the whole season. So it's just, you need like a huge game on the ground and a touchdown or 2 to get those like elite games. Whereas you saw Tracy get like 20 points last week and he only had like 45 yards on the ground. So there's just like way more options there. So keep an eye on that situation for sure.
Speaking of Tracy, is Singletary going to be active this week?
He's like practiced in limited fashion. It's kind of hard to tell. It seems like there's a chance that Singletary plays. It seems like it's probably around 50-50. But if you're a Tracy owner, I would probably not start him or Singletary this week, assuming you have the other options just because you don't really know what the situation is if they're both playing, and give it a week to kind of see what the shakedown of touches and stuff is going to look like. And then you can make that decision the next week because it just feels like too tough of a decision to make right now. Like you're going to feel bad about it if one of them gets all the touches and you benched the one that got those or something. So I would probably just be a little hesitant and keep them both on the bench for now. But
agreed. I like. Whoa, switch to the wrong team. Click the wrong button. What team are we on? It's right here. Yeah, no, I agree with that. But that's really about it for that squad. Not really much to be said here. You'll probably get to find out Sunday morning if you're going to be starting Tracy or Mason because they'll let you know by then if Singletary's active.
Yeah, exactly.
Uneasy. Richardson, Gibbs, Sermon, Dell. Sermon's not that dude. Jonathan Taylor is basically, we'll see if he plays. I'm leaning towards no for right now. But I haven't looked at his practice report for today if he did play or not. Bowers, Deontay, and Dell, fine. Gibbs, fine. Sermon needs to be changed. Juju's okay. Hawkinson, slowly but surely making his way back. DJ's out this week. Brandon Aubrey's being held. Yeah, I mean, you just need to fix this RB2 spot. Richardson is going to be a go this week, but you have Jonathan Taylor, who's also battling injury, so he's also trying to play. See how that plays here. But yeah, concern really, I guess, with your flex spot more than anything, because Jonathan Taylor and Gibbs are fine when they're fully healthy, albeit Jonathan Taylor has not been ideal for fantasy this year. So hopefully some better game scripts for him in the future. But who do you trade for? Nobody wants to trade for Richardson right now, so that's annoying. Dell and Deontay are good. Bowers is fine. Rice, unfortunately, hit the can. Hawkinson. I mean, you have Bowers, so I wouldn't be opposed to trading away the kind of upside of Hawkinson in theory here. You just don't really have anyone that people want to be trading for right now, outside of like maybe pairing with like a DJ Moore or something. How would you guys construct a trade here?
I think you could probably do something with Bowers if you really wanted to, with Hawkinson coming back. His value is super high right now with Devontae leaving.
Yeah, it's not a bad show. Or potentially like selling high on Adele or Deontay. I like DJ Moore to keep his long-term guy, but
yeah,
those are probably your main assets to move there. I mean, you could also see if like Juju has a huge week and you could sell him for a guy that's like similar value, like a dude that you just think has more consistency in their offense. But I feel like those three guys are probably your main way to make that trade happen.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right. On to the next squad. Final one for today. Richardson, Achane, Brian Robinson, AJ Brown, Deontay Johnson, Schultz, Leggett, Juju from the Doughboy. Estimate Davis, Kincaid. So tight end's not looking the best for right now, but I'd probably still put in Kincaid over Schultz because I do believe Amari Cooper is going to help like the other parts of this offense for what he can do in theory. Seems like it's probably a bit of a deeper league if you have to go with Leggett and Juju as your flexes. But yeah, I mean, you kind of know the issue here. You just got to build up your flexes further, and that's just going to take time. And not really sure there's any pieces that I'd want to be trading away.
Nick
on
Chubb.
the squad. Nick Chubb. Finally, the worst click on the board has come to save everyone. But yes, that's about it.
This is the legacy weekend for Wells.
Yeah.
If Chubb goes out there and runs for like 150, your mentions are going to be a scary place.
Yeah.
It's going to be a scary place because nobody will come back on the good take. So I'll just be like, you said Nick Chubb was the worst click on the board, buddy.
Yeah.
You don't know ball.
Yeah. I traded Nick Chubb for Alan Lazard.
What the fuck is this? Sick. All right. Trade Swift and B-Rob for Brees. What do you guys think about that?
Swift and B-Rob for Brees. I'm fine with that, I think.
Yeah, I think James Conner is going to lose his job eventually, but like I don't think it's going to ever be like I think it's going to be a split committee. Realistically, I don't see him fully losing it, but we'll see. All right, with that said, appreciate all likes, gifts, and follows. We're going to have some tiers lists and some other videos out for you guys a little bit later. So with that said, make sure to subscribe to see those. And until next time, peace, y'all. Have a great day.